Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Spiffing Brit, and I break games for a living. My job involves testing games without the awareness of the developers to see if I can find some absurdly broken, overpowered thing, like duplicating items or bending reality to be whatever I want it to be. Now, I feel the need to explain this because I went into this game not wanting to work. Yes, I didn't want to find exploits. Instead, I wanted to play a fun demo that was part of my Humble Bundle subscription. With all of that in mind, allow me to introduce Dungeon Baller, a fantastic indie game that mixes peggle with pinball. As someone who loved peglin and famously beat it with no balls, of course I wanted to try this game. So it's time for the ultimate showdown, an indie studio from New Zealand whose employees are powered with coffee versus I, the Spiffing Brit, Duke of Sealand, arch consumer of Yorkshire tea, and owner of the moon. Probably. I don't know. I haven't checked. So, welcome to the game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give it a play today. It's a little bit rough around the edges, very much in an alpha status, but fundamentally, it's very fun. I also can't tell if this demo is called the New Zealand #1 demo, or if these guys are just ultra-nationalistic Kiwis. So, before we start a run, we need to pick ourselves a character. They're all rather self-explanatory, but if you want to truly perfectly balance the game, I found that the cleric is perfect for the job, as some of their abilities mean we can gain health, which can lead to some seriously broken combos. But without further ado, let's throw ourselves into the game. Welcome to the Goblin Grotto. The way this first room works is quite simple. We need to generate 5,000 souls, which we get from killing these enemies, and then we can move on to the next room. If at any point we fall to the bottom of the screen and enemies are still alive, they will attack us, resulting in us taking damage. If we lose all of our health, we die. It's a roguelike, you get the picture. So I'm going to charge my hero up and fling them into the arena. We grab ourselves a gold key, which we can immediately use to unlock this chest, which is very fun, and I can press A and D to wiggle some paddles around and fling this chest and some of this money around, doing damage to some of these enemies. Of course, making sure to do my best not to have my hero fall into the hole in the middle. If that happens, we've got a problem. Right, now we've collected the 5,000 souls necessary to leave the room, and we've managed to grab the bag that was hidden in that chest. What do we get? So inside of our lovely loot bag, we have a few options for things we can grab, like shurikens that do range damage, a wand that does magic damage, or this shovel. It's all very physical, but it's apparently great for a diggy hole. I understand that reference! Well done, developers. Anyway, we're going to grab ourselves a shuriken and do our best to finish off the last of these enemies. You are occasionally seeing me fling out that shuriken. There we go. And we achieved an excellent combo, meaning we get 1 extra maximum HP. That's the cleric special ability. Fantastic stuff. With our first room complete, our character has leveled up and we've grown stronger, meaning we get to pick one of these bonuses: health, luck, or invention. We're going for luck. After all, I'm British, and I love being the luckiest sausage alive. Alright, on to the next room we go. You'll probably be getting the gist of the game by now, but yes, it's a nice mix of waggling these bumpers around and playing a version of Backpack Survivors that requires a nice amount of inventory management. Well, have we done our job? Yes, we have collected enough souls immediately. That was swift. And with that, we get to level up immediately with a few options: critical damage, wisdom, or intelligence. Wisdom is by far the best. It just gives you extra experience and additional spirit orbs, which means you leave the rooms faster, which is always better. Right, down we go to another goblin room. Alright, in we go. Once again, big old grumpy goblins. And, we immediately get to claim a reward. This is good. What on earth are these? Okay, a dice spell. There's an 8% chance that you increase a random secondary stat by 1 when bumping an enemy. A throwing axe, or leveling up luck grants an additional point of luck. I mean, we have to go for the massive dice spell. This seems hilarious. Why not? Alright, splendid stuff. We grab all of the loot and it's on to the next room we go, with a quick level up, of course. Now, if you do get 2 of the same rewards, they do combine, making it more valuable, but I just don't want to deal with invention. We're going on the path of wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? We'll do it again. You can't stop me, game. Alright, off to the right we go to fight even more goblins. So we do a bounce. We do a bop. So we bounce off the goblins, we hit them again. We hit the bottom, we get yeeted up to the top, and look at that! A whole bunch of score! Oh no, right, okay, this means the enemies get to actually do an attack now, which is very painful and we take some damage from. This puts us down to 45 health out of 54. Not good at all, but we can easily mitigate it by consuming some of the health potions in our inventory. Now, one of the interesting balance decisions in this game is instead of being like Slay the Spire or Peglin, where every fight takes you inevitably closer to the final boss, in this game you can take branching side pathways. For example, in order to reach the 4th level, I can just go in a straight line down and do 4 fights, or alternatively, I can go this way and do 6, massively increasing the amount of loot that I'm able to get my hands on. It's just basic game logic, why wouldn't you be doing this? Alright, let me consume some of my health, and out into the big room we go with a legendary attack. Splendid stuff. Right, we are mostly fighting skeletons, which are fundamentally not the greatest enemies in the game. I think there's more bonking of bones than a university's freshers week in here. There we go, we've collected enough souls to leave this area, but I would really like to kill the big goblin in the middle and steal his lovely bag of loot. There we go, we did it, the room is cleared. And we actually picked up some very special loot that time. We grabbed this skeleton key, which allows us to expand our inventory slots a little bit, so that way we can carry more items. Perfect stuff. Right, on to the most important room of the game. It's the merchant. Welcome to the shop. Yes, Mr. Grubb keeps it inside of his pocket dimensions. He's a lovely chap who sells us all of this very important equipment. Some of it is nice and simple, like say this feathered cap that if we purchased increases our range damage by 1 to 2. The interesting thing is it cost us 2 gold to buy and I can sell it for 3 gold because it was actually for sale at a discount because of our higher luck stat. It is what we in the business call a nice transaction. I'll stamp on that. I suppose we can also buy this stone shard that does the same thing for 2 money and then also sell this for free. There is some rubbish in our inventory actually that we do probably want to get rid of, like these 10 bits of bones, this stack of gold, this bomb, potion that grants temporary bonus damage. You might be useful. I'll consume you. Of course, when selling your items, make sure to leave a nice drawing, like this present that I've drawn. This looks wonderful. Yep, beautiful art. Now, of course, I am the Spiffing Brit and I break games, and the way we're going to break this game today involves this shop, but it does also require us to get a bit lucky and get the right items. And at the moment, there's nothing that I'm looking for in this shop, so we're going to actually do a quick re-roll. So I'm going to buy all of the items that are discounted in the shop exclusively because I can sell them for slightly more money and turn myself a little profit. There you go, this is a good signature. But yes, there's nothing that I want inside of the shop at the moment, so we have to do ourselves another re-roll. You're worth 22, but you're on discount, so you can be sold for 35. Thank you, free money, I'll take that. Buy a cheap shuriken, buy a cheap cyclone staff, and we'll sell all of that for a lovely profit. So I'm just going to have to keep re-rolling the shop until we get nice and lucky. Well, we didn't get lucky. So with the last of my money, I'm going to be grabbing the Weeping Chalice, which grants +1 maximum HP for every 20,000 souls gained. Basically very useful if you intend to be going into the endless mode, which of course we're going to be doing. So we've spent all of our money and unfortunately not gained anything of too great value, but such is the way with the game. Fortunately now, the game gets significantly harder. This is a medium threat location full of undead, but with a decent chance of loot. Let's see what we have in store for us today. We can actually see an estimate of how much damage we're going to take if all of these enemies survive, and hopefully that's not going to happen. So we're going to fling off a few bombs, jump around, do some big damage, and immediately we've actually collected enough souls to leave this space. Wow, we just are that efficient. Great. Oh, and we get 2 lucky upgrades. This is great because it also stacks with our Were-Rabbit's Paw, meaning we get additional luck every time we level up luck. So if we take 2 copies of this, we're up to luck level 19. Ah, it's good to be lucky. All right, now I think we want to start heading back to the middle of the path. Just try and maximize our chances of entering rooms. And out we go into the combat. Yeet yourself back up to the top, sir. Oh, nice, a legendary attack. Sometimes you get really perfectly stuck into the corner, which is great. Oh no, come on, there we go. We just about hit that. Come on, little cleric. Do some big jumps. Do it. No! Okay, right, we accidentally fell there. That's fine. We've managed to generate all of the souls we wanted, and our maximum HP is currently climbing thanks to the chalice. And because of our incredibly high luck stat, our dice spell is now being put to really good work at increasing some of our random secondary stats. What do we get here? Dexterity. Increases critical chance. Ooh, why not? We'll take it. And with that, we shall now descend into the question mark room of questionable things. What What is it? Oh, it's a boss fight. Great. It's a really big boss fight. You can see that they are very likely to kill us, and they are very dangerous. They are also shaking the machine, which I can just disable. There we go. Now they are no longer shaking the machine. Take that, video game. Right, I'm going to consume my potion that grants me a little bit of armor, and hopefully we are not about to get absolutely mangled by this boss. There's only one way to find out, though. Oh, nice legendary attack. Good stuff. The problem with this level is there's a lot of sections where we can accidentally fall out of the map, at which point the boss will absolutely mangle us. And no, there we go, we accidentally fell out the map. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yep, it's a big attack. It's 33. Whoa, dear, oh dear. This is not good at all. Okay, the boss is at half health though, so it's not too bad. No, we just fell again. Come on, game, please. Please don't do this to me. It's such a big attack. It's, oh my god, we're dead. No, that was a really good run. There you go, that was our first run. I hope you can see that it was educational, and I definitely intended to lose the game. Yes, it was 100% not by accident. Alright, I've come for another run to see if we get any game-breaking items from the shop. What do we got this time? Covetous Cape. Gain gold whenever you level up. Oh, why not? I love money. Oh, now this is an item we do want. The Dragonstone Pendant increases physical damage by 1 for every 2 generated armor. This will combo perfectly with our incantation of warding that generates us armor every 10 seconds. Right, and we'll do one last reroll of the shop. And you know what, we'll buy the Goblin pick for a laugh. Why not? I reckon I can fit it in. It's got a chance of generating treasure, and who doesn't like treasure? Splendid stuff. Right, onwards we go. Now with an actual build going on. Still not really the exploit I have planned, but it'll do for now. What on earth is going on here? This is an exciting room. It would appear that I have to break the thing in the middle before I can actually damage the enemies. There we go, now they're all vulnerable, and my lovely pick is actually generating gold off of the corpses of the people we kill. Oh, we've already gained enough souls to leave the room. Actually want significantly more valuables if possible. But you will notice that my armor is being generated, and this is increasing my physical damage quite nicely. So every time we bump into someone now, we do significantly more damage than before. Come on, keep... Oh, I accidentally fell out the map. Oh well, you can't have it all. Of course, they will attack me for 6 damage. It's all blocked. Lovely stuff. My asking, is this physical damage gained permanent? It best not be, because if so, the Dragonstone Pendant is one of the most overpowered things I've ever encountered. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the game to actually do this. But even so, by this game's standards, that is still mental. All right, let's see how it does. Okay, it's not permanent, thank goodness. I was definitely concerned for the one person who they have listed in QA in the credits, because if that managed to sneak past, my goodness, sir, you certainly haven't been drinking your Yorkshire tea. And this room is a fair bit more of a larger fight. And oh dear, I accidentally fell out the map. What a foolish maneuver. Luckily, no damage taken. Right, and we're bonking around the goblins, jumping around the goblins. You know me, it's a lot of bonking, a lot of wibbling. And sometimes we hit something. Other times, I just hurt myself. Out the map again. This map is quite challenging, and we actually do take our first proper bit of damage there. Ouch. Okay, well, it's not too bad. I don't need to use a health potion or anything. There we go, fantastic. We've now hit the point of the game where we've collected enough souls, and all I need to do is finish off the last 2 enemies, and we can safely leave this environment once and for all. There we go, lovely stuff. Right, and down into the next room we go. It's another question mark, so it could be anything, but I'm going to presume... I was going to guess boss fight. No, it's Claw Machine. Fine. This is Claudia the Claw Machine. We can spend 5 gold here to use the machine and hopefully get something of value out. The problem is, I got nothing that time, and most of the items in here aren't actually very good, so we're going to leave Claudia. No Claudia for us. Onwards to the next path we go. I can't big question mark. It's the Claw Machine again! I don't want the Claw Machine! Onwards to the shop we go. Oh, this is terrible. I don't actually have that much money. Alright, so this is our big shop opportunity, so I'm going to be selling off quite a few of my items, because fundamentally we don't need them. Instead, we're after some very powerful things, for we have just found this, the Wizard's Robe. This is going to allow us to truly break the game. For just $30 dues, or Kiwi coins, we can buy an item that gives us 2 intelligence, 1 wisdom, and 1 defense. All pretty useful stuff. I mean, who doesn't like additional magic damage and armor? But this is a very special thing, because it actually literally says you gain these stats for every additional wizard item you own. So if we can find any item that includes the word wizard, we get a very nice bonus. So let's do another reroll and see if we get lucky. Ah, yes, we do. It's the wizard boots. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I have broken the game. So with these wizard boots, if we purchase them, we get some very basic things. Minus dexterity, plus intelligence, extra dash, but most importantly, by buying them and having them in our inventory, our stats are going to go up because of this lovely wizard robe here. There's just one issue. With the way the game is designed and the way it stacks its modifiers, there's a logic issue. You see, I can remove the wizard boots, and when I pick them up, you can see that yes, my stats go down, and when I let go of them and put them back into my inventory, my stats go up. However, the issue exists in a world where if I choose to remove the wizard's robes, the stats go down, but not by that much. If I then remove the boots as well, and then add the robes back in, and add the boots in, you'll notice that my magic damage is now higher than when I started. A most curious situation indeed. This is because when the robe is removed, it only removes its base stats, not any bonuses received from equipping the wizard items. So what happens now is I'm going to remove the robes and the boots, and then put the robes back in with the boots, and suddenly my intelligence is up to 12, and my wisdom is up to 7. Provided I maintain the order of removing the wizard's robes first, and then adding the boots back in, I can do this an infinite amount of times. I like to picture that the cleric is currently walking around with an entire fast fashion factory currently strapped to their body, and somehow this is increasing their magic damage up to 126, because you know, that makes sense. So with my stats now boosted, I think it's time for us to exit this environment, because we now gain 220% more experience. And so we've got some big skeleton monarchs here, and these enemies just simply called the Bone Zone. No one ever wants to be in the Bone Zone. Very dangerous place indeed. But thankfully, most of these chappies don't appear to have too much health. Why does it say the Bone Zone grows? No one ever wants to hear about the Bone Zone growing. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh gosh, the Bone Zone really is growing. Okay, the Bone Zone has been absolutely shattered. And with that, we have enough souls to leave this environment. Oh dear, we're stuck on the edge. No! Oh, we just fall out ever so slightly. I realize I do have these dashes that I should probably be using because they will allow me to avoid falling out the map, but I'm a potato who sometimes won't notice that. And I forget that there's more than one game mechanic going on here. Ooh, more luck. Yes, please. Right, this is our last shop, our last opportunity to get something very good, and we are after some very specific things. And by that, I mean we need a way to do some actual magic damage. And fantastic, we have ourselves 2 smoldering wands, which we can purchase for 15 each, and this is exactly what we will need to survive the final boss, because these wands do magic damage, and our intelligence is very high. Yes, who knew you could generate intelligence by simply stripping off all of your clothes and putting them back on again? A process that I shall now be doing quite a lot now, because we are about to face the final boss. The final boss is not like any other enemy in the game. You go from facing enemies with hundreds of health to suddenly having thousands of health. So yes, the more stats we have lying around, the better it is. Alright, okay, I've grabbed everything I can possibly buy and spent all of my money, so it's into the final fight we go, the boss. And we need 190-something thousand souls in order to win. The problem with this boss is he has 1000 HP, and he's surrounded by executioners that do a huge amount of damage as well. So in order to give me a bit of a fighting chance, I'm going to be consuming some potions that will boost up my armor at the start to hopefully lower the chance of me just immediately dying. Right, now let the fun begin! The way I've got this set up is that my magic damage should be doing almost all of the carrying, so all I need to do is hang around until my wands actually do the damage, and there we go, the final boss has immediately been murdered. But wait, there's more. For you see, that wasn't the final boss. There's actually another boss behind the scenes that we're going to have to deal with. The thing is, I'm not going to click through these dialogue options because if I wait here, this is going to generate me some armor, and that armor is then going to be converted into physical damage. So yes, don't mind me as I AFK my way through generating all of these shurikens and all of this wonderful armor. Okay, so interestingly, I can't generate more maximum armor than I can have maximum health, so this is our peak. So yeah, we're going to have to fight this boss with, you know, all of our insane upgrades anyway, so it's not actually that bad. There we go. The main issue is in order to fight this boss, you first have to take out its eyes, and then its mouth is vulnerable. Oh dear, and I've fallen out the map. No! Ow, 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 ow. This guy does a lot of damage. There goes 15 of my armor. Oh my goodness, he just keeps doing damage. This is insane. No, we fell out again. This could be it. This could be it. This could be the end of the run. Ow, there goes a lot of my health. No, again? Again, sorry, did you see the speed on that? I just got yeeted out of the world. Oh dear game, come on, please, not that. Please, just let me be free, let me be free. I don't want to die, I'm on 13 health. I'm on 13 health. This is, kill the final boss or it's game over. What the hell, game? What the hell? Oh my god. I have the most overpowered exploit and the guy is still just curb stomping me. Alright, I'll be back with an even more powerful build. Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen back to the game, where I've made my way once again to the shop just before the final boss battle. And thankfully this shop has provided me with everything I need to break the game. We're now playing as the Sage, a character who is all about wisdom and magic damage. However, we haven't been able to get our hands on any super useful wizardy gear, but we have managed to grab ourselves some Knight's Armour, which gives us defense, guard, and fortitude at a cost of agility and intelligence. As with the wizard items, the same is true of the knight tag in the game. So if we quickly grab this knight shield from the shop, we can go on undressing and dressing to stack our health. Oh, interestingly, I found another bug with this game. The knight shield doesn't actually count as a knight item, so me adding it and removing it isn't allowing me to break the game. Very well, we'll grab the knight's greaves. So it's time for our exploit, and each time we're gaining maximum health and maximum armor. The stat here that does matter though is guard. Guard gives you a percentage chance to resist all incoming attacks. Currently, we have an 80% chance. And there we go, we've now achieved 100%, make that 105%. Yes, we are going to be doing this over and over and over again. So, we may not have the highest damage build going on, but hopefully we'll be tanky enough to survive the final boss. Yep, it's this chappy here with his funky eyeball, and unfortunately we fell down. Now, the enemy is going to attack us, and oh, this is unblockable damage. Game, what the heck? I have a 250% chance to block damage, and you're just going to let the boss just permanently do infinite damage to me? I see how it is. Alright, we'll drink some of these consumables we've generated, and it's back out into the fight we go. Oh no. Oh, don't die. Nice, we're doing damage to the boss now. Good stuff, good stuff. There we go, good, excellent legendary hits here. Good attacks, here we go. It's going quite well. The boss is down to just 600 health now. Make that 31, and there we go. We've done it. And with that, the final true boss is actually defeated. Huzzah! Glorious stuff indeed. Now, this is where we could end the game, and where the developers probably expect you to, but we're going to be playing through into the endless mode. So here we are, we're back in with all of our stats and we can go again. Hello there, enemies. Wow, these chaps are not the most powerful indeed. We have properly evaporated them. I do quite like fighting the slimes because there's a chance that you just get turned into a massive ball of slime. Oh, it's the slot machine. Who doesn't love the slot machine? Oh, no, I've flubbed it. On to the next room we go. I hate slot machines. I hate them. Oh dear, I accidentally fell out of the map there, which means the enemies will, of course, now attack me. Unfortunately for them, all of it bar one will be blocked. All right, and with all of our glorious adventuring, we can move on to the shop. Right, I've decided to try and break the game a little bit more by farming our enemies just a touch. You see, I have this emblem here which says that bumping targets deals 0 damage and instead gives us a 14% chance to drop a bomb. This drastically lowers the amount of damage we do, meaning enemies will take a lot more to actually kill. This might seem like a bad idea, however, we can generate value off of this. For whenever we bump an enemy, there's a 26% chance we make money and a 26% chance we get given an item, which we can then sell for money. So by effectively turning my character into hopefully someone that does next to no damage, we can be in a situation where we maximize our money-making potential. Oh, this is going very well indeed. We could do with boosting our luck stat a little bit higher, but we are making significantly more money every room we enter. Oh wow, we created a lot of bombs. What on earth was that about? I don't even know what's going on here, game. What is this? What is this? Look at all these items, the sticky residue. What is going on? Each one of these is a thing I can pick up and sell for money. Game, are you okay? Are you okay, game? What's happened here? What's going on? I don't even know how I've broken you this time. Okay, that was interesting. That's a lot of extra sticky residue. Next room, let's go. Oh, it's a big boss. It's Wolfrog. Hello, Wolfrog. Nice to meet you. Oh, there we go. We did legendary, which apparently causes a lot of bombs to drop. And then we open a chest, which contains All bombs are now hellslime bombs, or all bombs now apply burn to the enemy. Well, we'll go for the smaller one, because it's easy for me to fit it in my inventory. And I think it's probably now time I get rid of the blackjack, because bumping into an enemy to get 1 gold doesn't exactly feel quite as important at the moment, because I feel like I have infinite money. This is the kind of stuff I'm after. Gunpowder satchel. For every bomb detonated this game, permanently increase bomb base damage by 1 for the rest of the run. I don't know who greenlit this into the game, but I love it. There's another item in here I'd love to buy. This bomb stone that just means whenever we bump into someone, there's a 27% chance it's just going to spawn a bomb and blow them up. And of course, our bombs are now doing an extra 189 damage because for some reason, the gunpowder satchel decides to work retroactively. Thanks, game designers. Right, on to the final boss we go again. This time the boss has even more health, but I don't know if it's going to help this time because guess what? I'm dropping bombs. And then when my legendary activates, I drop even more of them. There we go, more bombs dropped. Splendid stuff. And now, of course, this is going to summon in the real final boss. Any moment now. Right, here comes the real final boss, who is going to get absolutely obliterated by some of these bombs that we're throwing around. And then we're going to throw out even more, and there we go. That's the final boss fight over again. Incredible stuff. Truly fantastic. Oh, that's one more run complete. Wait, every time we do this, we have to sit through the credits. Yes, we do. All right, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Oh dear, there's a code error. This is about the 3rd time it's happened when entering endless mode. So, you know what, developers? I'm done. I'm through. You win. Just for your bug report, I think it happens when I hit endless mode before this hamster creature finishes its animation. Or maybe the game knows I'm just too powerful and wants to stop me. Genuinely, this has been a wonderful game to play, and I look forward to seeing what kind of updates post-alpha you have planned. Thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I have been the Spiffing Brit, and this has been Dungeon Baller. If you've enjoyed the video, then make sure to give it a like, and why not consider subscribing for more. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Have a glorious day, and goodbye for now.